What's up, guys? Welcome back to the YouTube. It's Friday. It's been a pretty busy week with work and starting my second job. If you've been following the vlog, this last video, I was talking about how I was looking for a second job, and I was able to get back on at my old servant job, which is clutch. So I've been working my warehouse job from 6 a.m. to 4 p.m. and then shoot straight over my servant job at 4:30, get off around 9:30 or 10. When I was initially looking for a second job, I was thinking about another warehouse job I would do from like 7 p.m. to 3 a.m. just because like with serving, you're not guaranteed shifts, so I applied to like literally like 20 different warehouses and none of them got back to me. So obviously that's not the direction God wanted me to go. I think it's because God knows how I am when I get tired because I would literally be getting no sleep. If I was working 6 a.m. to like 4 and then 7 to 3 a.m., I would get like naps and I wouldn't really get any sleep. So I think that's the Lord telling me that serving is the route He wants me to go for now. And as I was praying about it, the Lord also told me, He was like, you still need sleep. I still want you to pursue the things you want to pursue, like going to the gym and working on content in your course. So it gives me peace going back to my servant job, even though shifts aren't guaranteed. On a positive note, where I work at, I make really good tips. And when I worked there in the past, that's the most amount of money I've ever made. So even if I'm not able to get as many shifts as I would like, I'm trusting that the Lord has me here for a reason, and I will make all the money I need to before my honeymoon. So for today, I was initially off work, so I was gonna work on the course and content and DoorDash tonight, but I was able to pick up a shift tonight, so I work here in a couple hours. So I'm gonna work on some more content and stuff before I go to work, and then after work, I'm gonna go to the gym and get some content done. But before I do any of that, I'm pretty hungry, so I'm gonna make some food. As you can tell, ground beef and eggs is a staple meal for me. I usually eat it by itself, but I decided to add some air fried tater sauce today just for some extra carbs. This will probably be my only meal today just because I work tonight, and since I work at a pizza restaurant, I really don't want to eat pizza. I at least don't want to eat it right now. Like, it's really good pizza. I think it's the best pizza in my city, but with my honeymoon and wedding coming up, I need to lock in. So when I worked there like 2 years ago, I think I would only eat there like once every 2 or 3 weeks, only if I was doing good on my meal plan. So if I went like 2 or 3 weeks really good on my meal plan, I would like give myself a reward, like a cheat meal, and have some pizza. It kept me sane because whenever you're working at a restaurant for like 5, 6 hours every night, you just smell amazing pizza all night. It's just so hard not to eat. But anyways, I need to get ready for work and get my stuff packed for the gym later tonight. Just got home from work. I'm gonna show you what time it is. Yeah, not gonna lie, I'm not going to the gym tonight. Got off at like 11:30. Now it's 12:15. It was too late. I was like, it wouldn't even be a productive workout. I'll just try to go tomorrow. I'm off work tomorrow, at least as of right now. So probably gonna do like content in the morning, DoorDash in the night, and then sometime like late tomorrow night when there's not a lot of people at the gym, like at 10 p.m., I'll go to the gym and record. But for now, I'm gonna edit this video right now and show you guys some of the B-roll. Okay, so it's now Monday. I ended up picking up 2 shifts on Saturday and working a double from 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. So I definitely didn't go to the gym then. And yesterday on Sunday, I was off from both of my jobs. My day job at the warehouse is only Monday through Thursday, and my servant job is a Christian-owned company, so I'm off on Sundays, which is pretty clutch. So I enjoyed my day yesterday, and I'll go into more of it in a second. But if you follow me on my Instagram, you might see my story on how I read The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry by John Mark Comer. It was an amazing read, and on my story I shared how I would give my thoughts on my YouTube channel, so here it is. There's 4 points of this book that I want to cover in this video, and the first one is, hurry is the great enemy of a spiritual life. There's this quote that says, if the devil can make you sin, he'll make you busy. And I find it to be so true when I look back at my life and just like situations that have happened, but his strategy behind it is he'll make you so busy with not even things that are bad, like work, family, social media, going to the gym, whatever it is. He'll make you so busy that you spend so much time doing that he takes you away from God. He'll make you busy with so many other things that your spiritual disciplines will be the first thing that you take away from your schedule, and that just disconnects you from God, which makes it easier for you to sin. And the second point that I want to touch on is silence and solitude. With the world being so crazy, so loud, and just seeking for your attention, the author talks about the importance of being still. He goes on to talk about how Jesus needed time alone with God, and if Jesus needed time alone with God, we definitely do. As I was scripting and recording this video, some things that I heard on Wednesday night at my church starting to come back to me. So I don't remember if I heard it from the book or the sermon, but I'm just gonna put it in here. So Jesus spent 40 days and 40 nights in the desert before the devil came up to tempt him. And Jesus was able to discern that the enemy was trying to twist scripture to fit his narrative because Jesus spent time alone with God. Well, some people might say that Jesus is God and all-knowing. He is, but Philippians 2 talks about how Jesus became man on earth and put aside some of his divinity. Philippians 2, 6-8 says, who being in very nature, God did not consider equality with God something to be used by his own advantage. Rather, he made himself nothing by taking the very nature of a servant, becoming made in human likeness. And being found in appearance as a man, he humbled himself by becoming obedient to death, even death on a cross. Jesus was human like all of us and experienced everything that we experience. So he was able to read the word, study it, memorize it, and use it to fight off the enemy. So the author goes on to talk about the importance of your secret place, spending time with God in the mornings or whenever you have time, and just devoting however much time you can to God, like whether it's 5, 10, 30 minutes to an hour. He said slowly, gradually increase the time, but he's like, it's a non-negotiable every single day. He gets in his quiet place. I've heard a lot of different sermons on your quiet place or secret place, but this hit me different this time. This convicted me because the author was like, you probably wake up, look at your phone. And I was like, yeah, I think most of us do, honestly, if we were to be honest. So I'm gonna do my best, wake up, spend time with God before I do anything else. And this past week, I have been doing better. I haven't been getting on social media until like 9 a.m. when I had my first break at work. And the third point the author talked about that I want to share in this video is keeping the Sabbath. And I'm not like saying keep the Sabbath in like a religious way like the Pharisees, but like in a way of like taking one day out of the week to honor God. The author uses the creation story to back up his claim on why the Sabbath is so important. In Genesis 1, the very beginning of the Bible, God created the earth in 6 days, and on the 7th day he rested. The author goes on and talks about how important the Sabbath is to him and how he plans it out in advance, and he really is intentional with his one day of Sabbath. And like I mentioned earlier, this doesn't have to be like super religious in any way. It's just one day you take out of the week to like honor God, slow down, and just spend time with friends and family and just enjoy doing the things you like to do. So I did this for the first time yesterday, and I'm not gonna lie, I had a really good day yesterday. The big thing for me was I took the whole day off social media, so I wasn't on social media all day yesterday. I didn't do any work. I didn't worry about content or even posting on my pages or anything. I just enjoyed my time at church yesterday, spending time with friends and family, my fiance, eating good food, chilling out, and preparing myself for this week. And the last point I want to touch on is just slowing down. The author talks about how we just need to slow down and how we're so fixated on our next dopamine hit even if we don't even know it. The first example he talked about was just drive the speed limit. I'm not going to tell myself and say that at speed, but I think all of us can slow down whenever we're driving. But I will say I am guilty of, if I'm approaching a red light and there's a car in front of me, I will switch lanes because I'm probably going to pass him. I'm also guilty of grabbing my phone at every red light, and the author talks about how we should just slow down and take that time to pray. And the next point the author used was just standing in line at the store rather than going through self-checkout. He talked about just like waiting in line, talk to somebody, even talk to the cashier, just have a normal conversation with them. It might make their day, because people either just go to self-checkout or just like are rude or don't want to talk to them. So just be nice, talk to them, and have a conversation. This whole point to all of this is just to slow down. A lot of times we are actually busy, but sometimes we're not actually busy. We're just moving fast just to move fast. And he said we need to model our life like Jesus. Jesus had a slow life, and that's the way that we should live our life. And this really spoke to me, especially in this season of my life where I'm working like 16-hour days. I'm trying to balance 2 jobs, go to the gym, stay on top of my nutrition, hanging out with friends and family, spending time with my fiance, getting ready for our wedding in like 60 days. It is a lot, but if I want the peace that Jesus had, I need to model my life more like his. And I know that's why I enjoyed yesterday so much, because I just took today to slow down, chill out, honor the Lord, and just give my Sunday to him. I really hope this spoke to someone today, because hurry is so normalized and even glorified nowadays. Just like being busy, working multiple jobs is like glorified. Being a businessman, working 16-hour days, but that's not how Jesus would want us to live. More of a chill vlog for you guys this week. Didn't have a lot going on with work and stuff, but hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe. See you guys next week.